congratulations on the movie. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
You know, I get asked a lot to recommend movies, and I hate doing it because it's so subjective and everyone has different tastes. But this is one of those movies I feel like I can do without worrying about it because it has something for everyone, don't you think?
Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, I hope so. You know, I never thought about it when I was making the movie, other than I was just, you know, I felt like for me, it was something that I would want to go see. And, you know, which is, you know, when you're directing something, you kind of have, that's all you have to go off of until you start putting it in front of an audience. And then you start screening for the audience and they start to give you their feedback. And it seemed like different people related to different things in the movie.
Sure, and it's something you could bring your kids, you don't have to worry about.
Yes, which again, I didn't think about when we were making the movie. I thought, you know, I didn't realize, wow, we're actually, this movie is a PG movie. Yeah. And it was never even a focus.
It's refreshing this day and age.
Yeah.
But what was it about the story, the Secret Life of Walter Mitty that made you want to go back and kind of rethink it?
You know, it was really this script that I read, because I'd read other versions of the movie that really, I think, were trying to remake the original movie. And that is such a, you know, classic musical comedy from that era, when they did those really well. I didn't feel like that could be sort of improved upon. And what Steve Conrad, who's a really great writer, you know, he wrote The Pursuit of Happiness and The Weatherman, and he just has a really, you know, very grounded, emotional take on things, but also a really funny sense of humor, and it didn't fit into one genre. And it felt like, to me, it was about a guy who was really, you know, at a point in his life where he sort of had to make a decision to do something and really, you know, step into the moment. And I related to that, I think.
Yeah. What do you think it is about this James Thurber tale that has people going back to it time and again?
Well, it's a very good story. He's a very good writer, that he captured this iconic character, and, you know, there's like a sort of a melancholy in the story, and you know, this nobility to the character. I think, you know, this guy is just sort of like going through his everyday thing with his wife, and nobody really sees him, and she's sort of, you know, being a little snippy with him. But inside, he's this incredible, you know, dashing figure that, you know, that idea of who we are inside our heads that doesn't come out to the world, I think, is something that's very relatable. Sure. And I think that's why it's still around.
The original was a little darker, wasn't it? The story.
No, I guess so. I mean, just the end, he sort of pictures himself being shot by a firing squad. But again,
as opposed to going off with Kristen Wiig.
Yeah. It's a different thing. I mean, also that story kind of is not, you know, really. There's not really that much plot there, and what we wanted to do is sort of take that idea of that character, but then, you know, take it the next step to him actually going out and trying to get outside of himself.
Sure. Have you ever had that Walter Mitty moment?
Well, I mean, in terms of what, like the fantasizing, or
just kind of drifting off, thinking like, right now, I'd rather.
Yeah, many times.
Right now.
Yeah, no, not right now, but I've had it. I've had it in interview situations. But you know, also when you're making a movie, like, luckily, being a director, that's kind of what daydreaming is you. If making a movie is daydreaming. You're thinking about it all the time. You're sort of fantasizing about what it could be, and trying to see the scenes in your head and living in it. Sure. And so it's kind of a good excuse.
Yeah. To direct and then also to star in it, double the challenge?
Well, kind of, but not really. I mean, it's all very, I think, holistic when you're making a movie. I mean, yeah, you can't really be two places at once. Yeah. But you know, directing a movie, there's a lot of time that happens before the shoot and after the shoot. You know, there's the prep time, there's the shoot, and then there's the editing, the post-production. So those times you're just doing one job. It's just that time when you're shooting that you kind of have to really figure it out.
I'd imagine as a director, you're watching other performances, you kind of know what you want. How do you direct yourself? I mean, you have to be probably more critical?
It's hard. It's you have to actually, I think, be easier on yourself. You give yourself a break. Yeah. Because for me, down the line in the editing room, I'm going to want to have as many choices as possible. And also, I felt that I knew I was in every scene in this movie, pretty much, and the character really, if people needed to go along with this character, so I had to sort of be easy on myself. Yeah. Where sometimes I'd be a little, you know, tougher on myself as a director on the actor. Sure. And they're like, come on, just move on, let's do it, you got it, go ahead. I tried to give myself a few extra takes.
Yeah. One of the things I loved is that he goes and finds his life almost in Iceland.
Yeah.
It's kind of a strange place to kind of
Yeah. Well, yeah.
find life and color and
Yeah. I mean, he takes himself out of his environment. You know,
Yeah.
everything is familiar to him, and it is a really beautiful place. I mean, there's a place of extremes for sure, and there's a lot of you know, there are beautiful barren spots. There are beautiful lush spots. But there's something there. There's a feeling there that you know, nature there is so you know, vibrant, and you're just so much a part of it that it kind of takes you outside of yourself a little too.
Yeah. What was it like shooting that scene down 6th Avenue? The action
Oh,
scene?
that was fun. You know, it was challenging because we would shoot it on the weekends, and they'd let us cut, you know, traffic off on 57th Street or on 5th Avenue, and I was shooting my part on a skateboard, and Adam Scott was on rollerblades, and it was, you know, that was like there'd be people would show up and watch, and you know, I'd be going on a skateboard like, you know, rounding 5th Avenue. I just didn't want to fall and look bad. But it was kind of a real, like, you know, talk about a fantasy, just like have your 5th Avenue all to yourself and just go skateboarding down. And, you know, it was really fun.
That's almost like a dream come true.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What do you hope people take away from this movie?
I just hope they have a really good experience going to the film, and they, you know, hopefully feel something. You know, it's like I like movies where I sort of, you know, like they somehow get to me on some level, and I connect with them personally, and so I hope people have that for this.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.